All right, let's dive into the science of building muscle. Today, we're breaking down a simple, evidence-based blueprint for getting stronger, but also for doing it faster and way more efficiently. You know that feeling, right? You're putting in the hours, you're working hard, you're sweating, but the results, they just aren't showing up the way you think they should. It is so frustrating, and it really can feel like you're just spinning your wheels. Well, here's the really good news. The actual science says you probably don't need to be spending all those hours in the gym to get great results. In fact, a much simpler, more efficient approach isn't just possible. It's backed up by a ton of solid research. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we can even think about building the perfect plan, we need to be crystal clear on what the goal actually is. And in the world of fitness, that goal has a very specific, kind of fancy name. And that word is hypertrophy. Now I know, it sounds super complicated, but it's not. It is literally just the scientific term for muscle growth. That's it. Getting stronger, building more muscle. So from now on, whenever you hear the word hypertrophy, just think muscle growth. Simple.
Now, building muscle isn't just random luck or guesswork. It's actually governed by a couple of really basic foundational principles. And honestly, if you get these two rules, you pretty much understand the core of every effective workout program out there.
The first, and maybe the most important principle, is specificity. It's almost laughably simple. If you want a specific muscle to grow, you have to train that specific muscle. You want bigger biceps? You gotta do curls. It's that direct. This is the question you have to ask yourself every single time, and it just illustrates the point perfectly. Your workout needs a clear purpose. Look, you can do 100 random exercises and feel tired at the end, but if they aren't targeted to your specific goals, you're not gonna see the growth you want. And that brings us to the second rule, the principle of overload. This just means you have to actually challenge your muscles. You've got to give them a reason to adapt and grow bigger. A set that feels easy, that's not a set that builds muscle. I absolutely love this quote because it just nails the feeling you should be looking for. Right before a real working set, you should feel a little bit of, okay, here we go, this is going to be tough. That feeling, that little bit of fear, that's the sign you're in the growth zone. Okay, so we know our goal is hypertrophy, and we know we need specificity and overload to get there. But what does that actually look like in practice? You know, how many reps, how many sets, how often? It's time to build the plan. So this is the classic gym dilemma. Picture it. You walk into the gym, you see one person over there lifting a pretty light weight for what feels like 1,000,000 reps. And then on the other side, you see someone lifting a super heavy weight for just a few. And you're left wondering, which one is right? So for our goal for hypertrophy, which path should you choose? Is it the high-rep lightweight route or the low-rep heavyweight route? And here is the simple, beautiful, and maybe surprising answer. For building muscle, they are both pretty much equally effective. Yep, you heard that right. The research is clear. As long as you're challenging yourself, your muscles really can't tell the difference. So here's the crucial point. It is not about finding some magic number of reps. Any range between, say, 5 and 30 reps is going to stimulate muscle growth with one big condition. Those last few reps have to be genuinely difficult. They have to be close to what we call muscular failure. And this is amazing news because it gives you so much flexibility in your workouts. Okay, so what about frequency? How often should you actually train each muscle? Well, this chart shows it perfectly. Training a muscle group once a week? Yeah, that works. You'll get good results. But training it twice a week gets you notably better results. And after that, you start to see what's called diminishing returns. So the science really points to a clear sweet spot here. For most of us, training each major muscle group somewhere between 2 and 4 times a week seems to be the ideal frequency for maximizing growth without, having to live in the gym.
We've covered the what and the how, but now let's get into the why. What is actually happening inside your body that causes a muscle to get bigger and stronger? Because understanding this can totally change how you think about your workouts.
It's really just a simple 2-step process. Step 1, that's the workout itself. The tension you create in the gym sends a signal to your muscle cells that basically says, hey, we need to get stronger. But the growth doesn't happen then. Step 2 is all about recovery. That's when your body uses food, sleep, and rest to actually repair and build the muscle. This right here, this is probably the single most important takeaway from all of this. The gym isn't where the magic happens, it's where you send the invitation for the magic to happen later. The real growth, the real progress, that happens over the next few days while you're resting, sleeping, and eating. Now, for one of the biggest fears people have when it comes to training,
What happens if I have to take a break? What if I get sick or go on vacation? Do I lose everything I've worked so hard for? Let's talk about the incredible science of muscle memory.
Okay, first off, get this. It takes about 2 full weeks of doing absolutely nothing before any scientifically detectable muscle loss even begins to happen. So if you take a week off, yeah, you might feel a bit smaller, but that's mostly just water and inflammation going down. The actual muscle, it's still there.
And this is where it gets really exciting. So let's say it took you a solid 8 months of consistent training to build a certain amount of muscle. Then, life happens. You stop for 3 months and you lose a good chunk of it. Well, guess what? It's not going to take you another 8 months to get it back. It'll probably take you closer to just 1 month.
The bottom line is just incredible. Regaining lost muscle is something like 10 times faster than it was to build it in the first place. Your body literally remembers. Those little nuclei in your muscle cells, they stick around, just waiting to get back to work. So you never, ever have to feel like you're starting from scratch.
This is such empowering news, isn't it? It means life can happen. You can take breaks, you can have off weeks, and you will be able to bounce back incredibly quickly. It completely removes the guilt and the fear of falling off track. So the only question left is, what are you going to do with that freedom?